Okay, today we're gonna test out the 3080 to 9900K in Ryzen 0 Dawn and see how it performs. Display is 1080p, everything ultra, TAA, and see how it looks and performs and stuff like that. So yeah, let's see what it does. I picked this area, and the reason why I picked this area is because outside you'll get more FPS. Even in combat, you will be about 10 FPS higher. So yeah, it's better to just sit in the city to see actually the minimums, you know. Um, yeah, it seems to perform wonderful. Like the micro stutters is completely gone in this game. The patch completely out. It's an absolute disaster to run this game when enhanced. There are still some issues with it. For example, there's no AF in the settings, which is really bad because everything looks blurry as well because of that. And TA doesn't seem to do a lot in this game at all. There's a lot of shimmering at lower resolutions. So yeah, 1080p, sit anywhere between 100 and 130. Outside you will straight up just sit around the 120 to 130 range. Graphics, display, let's see what we get at 1440p. Yes. So 1440p, we sit at 107, 100. Still extremely smooth though, don't get me wrong. The looks of the game, yeah, I don't know. It has like a really simplistic look on it. Like the shapes are really basic. Shadowing is disappointing, as you can see here. You can't use your mount in the world itself or in the cities itself. I think that has something to do with streaming issues, because you will probably move too fast through it. But yeah, it's not a level of AC, that's for sure. Like for example here, this is all blurred out, and the reason for that is because there's no AF in the settings. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Like look the shadowing of these guys, it just disappears completely if it's out of the sun. Um, and even then, like, it doesn't, like, look at that, it doesn't properly shadow. So there's a lot of stuff that can be enhanced in this version, specifically for PC, I guess, or PlayStation 5. So yeah, this performs pretty good. 100 FPS is fine, there's no issues with it. Let's see what 4K does. Yes. You know what's interesting? It says you need like 5, but it actually reserves 9. But you know, that's usable. That's not like dedicated 9, let's be honest. Yeah. Okay, so we're sitting around 60, 70 FPS. Yeah, 60, 70 FPS. About that. This is the hardest part though. If you go outside in the wild, you will get like more FPS easily. Like it's not even an issue. Like for example, shadow popping, as you see, there is still shimmering in the background. Um, yeah, let's see if we just disable TAA. Camera based, apply. If it improves, no, it doesn't improve. It's probably the worst TAA implementation I saw. Like that stuff like shimmer still. It's a shame. Because the game, specifically in the grass, 1080p in the grass, even on the ultra, looks absolutely disgusting. Because there's so much shimmering going on. But in short, this is like good doable. We can, from what I understand, I'm not sure about that actually, is that the PlayStation 4 and 5 are running on medium. So let's see how it performs on that setting at 4K, just for science. Yeah, it's like dynamic for them though, but like how do you configure dynamic on PC? They have an option for it, but I have to put it over the 120 FPS at that point, so it'll just run at 120. So it sits about 80. It looks way worse, by the way, like way worse. Yeah, it's really noticeable. Yeah, it's a shame. It has like a little bit of a Final Fantasy look towards it. It's like really basic, geometry. Yeah, here, this is completely flat, for example. There's no tessellation on it at all. So yeah. Yeah, like, I think PlayStation is running something like dynamic, right? But the problem with that is you can only put it on 120. So if you do that, it just goes to 120. Do you see that? Like, it reduced the resolution, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know where it's gonna go at that point. Anyway, it performs pretty good. No issues with it. Pretty happy with it, and yeah. Thanks for watching. I will be back in the next